Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Johnny Bottles. Welcome to another edition of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. The man to my left is Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. If you're first time stopping by this channel, welcome aboard. We hope you have some fun. We're going to sit around, crack some jokes, have some alcoholic drinks, and talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling. The big news stories, we'll review some shows. If you're a returning viewer, hey, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for coming back. Regardless if you're new or old, give us a thumbs up down below. Helps with the YouTube algorithm now to help us to get propelled up further and further in the YouTube algorithm. So you see us, we reach out to more people. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And hit the little notification bell, a ring-a-ling on the ding-a-ling, if you will. So you'll know when we're going to have a regular show, or we're just going to have a pop-up review of a PLE. You never know when we're going to do that. Or a live watch-along. You'll be informed if you hit the little bell.
Yes, Tanisha, we're on time. No technical difficulties today. I came in here at noon and set it all. We're set up at like 3 o'clock today to make sure this son of a bitch was going to run well.
The hamster is spinning in the wheel over in Don's house.
Going crazy. We got PLEs, we got pay-per-views, we got Raw, we got a SmackDown that was barely attending, we got AEW barely attending anything, and apparently now Ring of Honor's free as it gets. This has been a crazy week in wrestling. Yes. I did want to kick off with Raw first because, Bottles, I got to give you credit. You were right. You said that Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso would be in the King of the Ring. So tip my cap. He's there. But we had something develop on Monday that we haven't had in a while. What was that, Bottles?
What was that, sir? There was a lot of things that happened on Monday. Were you talking about the face-to-face?
New storylines, new feuds, new everything. We're getting rid of some of the old stuff. I think some of the old stuff is going to go away this weekend.
Hopefully.
But the new was great.
Yes. I like the Obafemi Jey Uso interaction. If you want to talk about that, that opened the show, right?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Obafemi and Jey Uso approached one another. They met in the ring. And to make a long story short, Obafemi says he's not worried about Jey Uso. You're not the one in your family I worry about.
Yeah, that was a cold line. I thought that was cold. Again, this was a decent Raw. I'm not going to give it an A+. I didn't think it was over the top, but it was entertaining. The opening segment the last 2 weeks has been riveting stuff. It's been good wrestling television. It's made me want to pay attention. Obafemi's a big, bad man. I'm not a fan of Jey Uso. I know a lot of people aren't. But here's what got my attention with Jey Uso. Mm-hmm. The son of a bitch was out of breath trying to cut a promo just walking to the ring, man.
Buddy, he's not working out. He's out of shape. He's horrendous. These Samoan guys get all these tattoos so they don't have to work out. You can't really see all the it's the Brody King method. Get as many tattoos as possible so no one can see if you're actually exercising or not. He's gassed out, pal. He's gassed out.
You and I have been saying it for months now. Jimmy Uso's the guy that should be getting the push in that company. If you're going to push one of the Usos, that's the guy. He got mic skills. He can work a little better. He looks more realistic. That's just my opinion on the Usos. Take it for what it's worth. And again, thank you all for watching the show today.
Let me ask you this question, Don. You think the DUIs from years ago, the 3 DUIs, do you think they've inhibited Jimmy Uso's push? Are they afraid he's going to do it again? And they're just
I think we're past that by now.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
There was some shit. No Roman Reigns this week, though. No Roman Reigns, I noticed.
Conspicuous by his absence. I guess they wanted to highlight Oba versus Jey. Have that interaction.
Yeah. There was a couple of different things that happened, though. Bayley got turned on by her partner, Valkyria.
She did?
About time.
Did he make out?
God. Oh, no.
Lyra turned on Bayley. That's right.
What the hell did you hear?
I thought Bayley got turned on by Lyra.
Have you been watching Dirty Channels again, Bottles?
Yeah. Gilligan's Love Island, I saw the other day. The professor made a vibrator out of a weasel and a plantain for Ginger and Marianne. It was crazy.
Good God. Guy that I play buddy with, he's got a buddy there that plays golf, right?
Yes.
80-year-old guy.
Yes.
And we played a couple weeks ago, and the guy turns at me, he goes, all right, guess I'm going to go home and watch porn, and just walked off. He just fucked right off.
That's what I'm looking for.
I was like, dude, you've got to what now? Okay. A little bit TMI.
Yes.
I thought that was good. LA Knight.
What's going on with LA Knight?
What is going on with LA Knight? Because him and Jimmy, I can hear him and Jimmy Uso are having quietly one of the best back and forth will he or won't he moments. I'm enjoying this, aren't you?
It's like a low-key feud. Will it start? Is it going to stop? Is it going to progress? What's going on here? And then you got Solo.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. So they had the match, right?
Yes.
They're backstage arguing, yeah, and they're getting into it. And LA Knight tells the commissioner to shut the hell up. And that's when the commissioner snaps. Again, this is one of those parts where you're watching, you're like, this is good shit. I can get into this.
Oh, yeah.
Felt real emotional. Jimmy's getting hot. LA Knight's getting hot. They had the match. And then what happened at the end of the match?
Solo was in the crowd in his one of his best leather suits, hopped up on the on the ring apron by the turnbuckle when the ref was distracted, and Simone spiked Jimmy in the neck. Jimmy fell down. He said, go ahead, basically, to LA Knight. Go ahead and pin his ass. Go ahead and pin him.
Enjoyed that LA Knight looked confused. He sold that well, like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, he's got like a tweener vibe going on. He pinned Jimmy Uso. Yeah. He pinned Jimmy. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm not saying not to.
Now, I know you're not going to watch SmackDown because you can't stand SmackDown, but they've already taped SmackDown. They taped it Tuesday night.
We're going to talk. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. So
I'm going to say.
Hold on.
I'm going to talk about the Solo Sikoa component.
I know.
Oh, you saw that story?
Yeah, but I was going to say, Raw did like 11 or 13,000 on Monday, and then the next night they taped SmackDown. It did like 6 or 7,000. Mm-hmm. I put this onus. This is a terrible idea by the WWE to put a tape SmackDown directly the night after you have a show like this when the biggest soccer tournament in the world is going on.
Exactly.
Stupid planning, terrible idea. Whoever was booking this shit needs to have their head examined. Now, please go ahead with the storyline with Sikoa.
The MFTs, which is strictly now down to Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga. They told Solo Sikoa they're going their own way. The MFTs are done. So Solo is a man without a faction. That just throws further intrigue as to whether or not he's going to fight the bloodline or join the bloodline again.
Okay. Interesting where that's going.
That's a spoiler, folks. Sorry, to give you a spoiler warning and all that.
By now, Dave Meltzer's put out as much information as he possibly. You can't miss this shit now when they tape a WWE show. You can miss it all for AEW because he's not posting that shit that I see on a regular basis. And if he is, he's not the one writing it. Someone in his company is.
And Blake Monroe debuted finally in ring on SmackDown. She took out Julia. Ooh,
okay.
A few that no one wants to see, but maybe Blake Monroe can make something out of it. Who knows?
The other big deal out of this that came out of it was the Street Profits beat Division for the WWE Tag Championships. We have new tag champions. It feels like they're trying to make the tag team relevant again with actual teams versus these thrown together factions. I hear you. I'm just saying.
We always think they're going to do that, but they're not. I'm still waiting for my boys to come in. I think my boys are going to come in this Saturday.
You're holding out hope on that.
I'm holding out. I think it's going to happen. Big Bill's no longer with AEW.
They have said nothing about him. I haven't heard anything about it. So if they are, they're keeping it well to the chest.
They wanted to be a surprise. You imagine the pop when you hear that music hit.
I don't remember their music.
It sounds like mandolins, 1,000 mandolins playing an Italian folk song. I can't do it.
What the fuck was that?
That's, I don't know.
One of your favorite wrestlers was on.
Who's that?
From AEW. He had a match against, was it the Dragon?
Ethan Page.
Yes.
Against Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee did the job again. When Dragon Lee starts winning matches, I'll be more invested in Dragon Lee.
Here's my question, though, to you.
Yes.
Backstage with all of the luchas together, that felt kind of cool to me. Like, I haven't really gotten into lucha wrestling, but this is the WWE's version of it. I can kind of dig this version of it when they're not doing a million things and nobody's selling shit. I've enjoyed what I've seen, what they presented, and I kind of want to see a little bit more of it after watching that Mexico show. If that's the kind of lucha wrestling we're going to get, I can dig into that, man. I could get a full serving of that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Especially when these luchadors can actually speak English and carry on conversations. I don't mind them segueing, like the Japanese girls segue into speaking their native tongue. I don't mind a luchador throwing some Spanish in there or anything like that at all. So it's good.
Right.
What do you think about the evolution of Rey Mysterio? He's appearing in public now without his mask.
I haven't seen too much of that. I've only seen like 1 or 2 times, so I'm not too worried about that yet.
He's also the general manager of AAA, the on-screen general manager. Well, I don't know. Who really knows? Who really knows?
I think
what he's doing behind the scenes.
Running that show.
Yeah. Well, of course he is. Him and Jeremy Borash, if that name is familiar to anybody from the glory days of TNA.
And if you say his name, he appeared.
Joe Hendry.
He was there.
Because it was in Great Britain.
Because it was in Great Britain, yes. As we talked about last week, there's a lot of visa problems right now. And this was one of those, well, we could get him here while we could get him here. Let's utilize this guy.
Right.
So it was good to see him back out there. I think he's entertaining as hell. Some people don't. I enjoy it for what it is. But that's pretty much all overall. I mean, we think we pretty much had all the high points there.
Chad Gable went and apologized to
That's right,
Ralph
Chad
Academy.
Gable. Yes, damn. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that.
And they told him
Go
to
ahead.
go. Otis, he said he was sorry, he apologized, and Otis almost shook his hand. And said, I'm
and
sorry.
what happened? Because Larry's going to love this part.
Maxine Dupree stepped in. one of my favorite wrestlers. Oh, boy. Maxine Dupree stepped in and said, basically, look, you left us high and dry. And I did something you could never do in this company. I won a singles title. You haven't. So we're going to leave you the same way you left us, alone. And they hightailed.
I thought she did a pretty good line delivery. Can't take it away from her.
Denisha Lane 1142. Thank you, Denisha, for the super chat of $5. Bottles, where you see Enzo Big Cass at Raw or SmackDown. Can't wait for it. I think SmackDown needs them, really.
They need them bad.
They need them bad. They need stars on SmackDown bad, and I think they got the right guys coming in because it's more of a freewheeling. You never know what's going to really happen on SmackDown, except for possibly going to sleep while the show's halfway through. It's going to drop down to 2 hours starting July 1st. Well, the first week of July, that Friday, and hopefully it will be a better show. And I seriously think they're going to debut at Night of Champions. I really do.
Don't forget, so Night of Champions this weekend.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to talk about that now or later. I'd have to find my sheet on that.
Why don't we finish that up at the end? Why don't we do our picks
fine.
at the end, talk about the whole show at the end?
I got it somewhere. Triple H talked with Stephen A. Smith this week about his health. Did you see that article? Did you see that interview?
It's bits and pieces. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't see what he said anything about his health, but I think I saw the clip where he said people are too serious about professional wrestling. Yes. The fandom is too serious about professional wrestling. And they are.
He said there's moments in time where everybody has setbacks in life, and if life hits you hard.
Yep.
I did have the issues with the heart. They're behind me now. I want to make sure they stay behind me. So I'm cautious of everything I do, and I'm protective of it. You have to have something that you're passionate about in your life, and your why. And outside of my family, my kids, my wife, this is my why, and I love this business. We're live 2 or 3 times a week. We're in a different city all the time. It's a lot, but it's hard to put down because I love it. And he did say the fans are a little bit too passionate at times about the product. But here's my issue. Book a better show, bud. Your booking's been shit as of late. Larry, we are rage baiting you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for the 2-spot, Larry.
Larry,
we hope you're all dried out down there. You have some issues last Thursday night. I hope you're okay. Hope the floor's not collapsing.
I do hope his health maintains. I also hope somebody gets in his ear and says, you gotta shake the pot. Because Raw, clearly somebody said, you got to stir this up a little bit more.
Right.
We got to stir Cody up more. I get it. But he is a champion that his babyface run has come to an end. And I'm the good guy all the time. It's got to stop. It's got to stop, man. We got to
need to show some shades of gray with Cody Rhodes.
I agree.
Show some shades of gray. Have some heelish tendencies here and there, like a tweener. And then maybe a year from now, pull the string and have him be the ultimate heel. But have you heard about, this is totally unrelated to what he said today to Stephen A. Smith. Did you hear what happened when he was having problems and he went and got some tests done at the clinic? And his doctor calls him up. He goes, "What are you doing right now?" He says, I'm sitting down watching TV. He goes, "Well, pack a bag. Meet me at the hospital. You're in heart failure." What? He was in heart failure. Stephanie was panicking. They packed a bag. They skedaddled over to the heart center. They put a pacemaker in. I think they put a stent and a pacemaker in, if I'm not mistaken. But he was in bad shape. He was in very, very bad shape.
When you put shit in your body, I'm just saying things happen.
You're exactly correct. So, have you heard anything about the Paul Heyman interview with
I got it right
Chris
here.
Van Vliet?
Paul Heyman was asked about AEW, and Chris Van Vliet said, do you think AEW has made the business better? And Paul said, so it has certainly changed the compensation for talent. They're on a viable network. They have a style that's different from WWE's. They present an alternative, if not a competitive brand. So there's a little shot.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, the money changed because AEW had a billionaire owner that came in and was giving guys money they would never, ever make before.
Exactly.
They were paying guys way high. WWE also did the same thing. And then WWE changed course, said, no, we're not getting into the spending business. We're not going to compete like that. We're going to be a better product. We're going to be better storylines. We're not going to go that way.
Did you see what he said about Triple H and the booking?
No, I did not see that.
He glazed Triple H the way a mama cat would clean her young. It was unbelievable. God. But at one point he did say, when Triple H is sitting there in the gorilla position, this is the terms he used. These are the terms he used. He's in charge of the macro. He's looking at the overall plan, the overall vision of where things are going to go. And the people sitting to the left of him are taking care of the micro, the small details. That's what they're responsible for. So basically, Triple H, in no uncertain terms, Heyman said, Triple H takes care of where he wants everything to go eventually, booking-wise. And the guys underneath of him are responsible for how they're going to get there. You follow me so far?
Yeah, I got you.
That's how Triple H books. And Heyman said they book so far ahead. Heyman's looking at the main event of WrestleMania next year. He's looking at the main event of Crown Jewel next year. That's what he's looking at. Yes, that's how far ahead those guys plan things out. Heyman's not involved in week-to-week booking. He's involved in long-term planning. And then when he's backstage, he helps people with promos, what to say, works on their look, what to wear, what not to wear, that sort of thing. Pretty intriguing for the way he was talking. But he did give Paul Levesque the hugest verbal tongue bath you'd ever want to hear in your life.
That's pretty crazy. Well, he's getting paid. He's getting paid. I mean, look at what MJF's doing. He's doing the same thing in his company. I mean, if you want to get paid and you want to stay on top, that's what you do, right?
Yeah. You know, he was originally going to manage Chris Benoit in 2002. When the WWE...
I'm not going to talk about Chris Benoit ever on this show. I'm not.
Well, I'm just saying when the WCW...
I don't care.
ECW,
I don't talk about Chris Benoit.
I'll say that guy. He was going to manage that guy. And then Brock Lesnar was in OVW, and he told Vince McMahon and whoever wanted to listen to him, he goes, fuck you guys. I'm packing my bags, and I'm leaving right now. I'm going back home if you don't move me up to the main roster. I've had it. I've been here just spinning my wheels. And they said, well, all right then. And he called Heyman into the office and, you're going to manage Brock Lesnar, the new kid.
That was a great call. I mean, that was a great call.
He pulled him up, and they were going to give him a Russian gimmick.
A Russian gimmick?
He was going to be a Russian.
Yeah, you try getting that big Minnesota bastard to talk like a Russian, and you tell me how that works out.
That's why they had Heyman. And Taz says...
You'll have another Nikita Volkov where you couldn't understand shit he said, but you knew it wasn't Russian.
Do you know who stopped it? Who put the monkey wrench in the whole plan?
Please
Taz.
say it was Vince. Oh, Taz.
It was Taz. Taz said, Paul, come here. Listen, this is what they're going to do.
Thinking?
They're going to fuck up this whole thing. Vince is going to make Brock a Russian. You know what the pedigree this guy has? And he came to Vince McMahon, he knocked on the door and said, you know what kind of Olympic pedigree this guy, what kind of NCAA?
No one's going to buy your bullshit story. He's a well-known
right.
commodity in the wrestling world.
Right. So
what the hell are you thinking?
You manage him then, and you do all the talking. And that's what it was, basically. I'm just giving you guys the Reader's Digest version of the whole thing.
There was a new story that came out today about tickets distributed for SummerSlam. Did you see that?
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, last week it was only like 46,000 for both.
What did it jump up to?
75,000.
They must have watched last week's show and said, we better buy our fucking tickets.
What the fuck?
What the hell's going on here?
I don't look.
Don Wayne said, buy some fucking tickets.
I don't know what the hell happened here, but the new report that I got from the same source that was out there is now saying roughly 75,000 tickets have been distributed for both nights. That's a hell of a jump in a week.
That's a hell of a jump.
It's one of two things, right? Either the first report was completely full of shit or this one is, but there's no in between.
Well, who released the first report?
WrestleTix. That's where they got their info from.
What are the usual suspects?
Just saying.
They do take care of AEW and WrestleTix. WrestleTix, WrestleNomics, Meltzer, and Fightful. So
I'm just saying. That's what he started off his channel with what? AEW Tix? Like that was his first name, I believe. And then he changed it to WrestleTix.
Right.
I'm just saying that's where it's at. That's kind of shocking.
The problem with these guys nowadays in the wrestling journalist spectrum, in that world, they're less journalists now than they become influencers. Like TikTok influencers, YouTube influencers. They're paid off to push certain products. That's what an influencer does.
I just thought that was a really insane jump to see on paper. Like, that's crazy, dude.
Sure.
That's nuts. There's also news on the creative plans for WWE at this PLE. They're saying that Cody Rhodes will retain. They're saying that Io Sky is projected to win. Obafemi and Jay are scheduled to meet, which we've talked about. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker is up in the air and unsure. And, of course,
could be a fuck finish to that.
Yeah. The elephant in the room is, of course, Brock Lesnar interferes in the King of the Ring match.
Now, everyone suspects that. Everyone is anticipating that to happen.
Yeah.
Will that happen?
Yeah.
You think they will pull the trigger on that?
I would love to see some sort of a swerve to completely throw you off the trail. That outcomes, instead of challenging for a championship,
outcomes Roman.
No, Oba says, I don't want a shot at the title. I want a shot at your career.
What if Roman Reigns comes out?
I'd be different.
Roman Reigns comes out, interferes in the match, and those two are nose to nose.
Be different.
Roman does have a match, does he?
No.
He does have a match at this PLE.
Conspicuous by his absence, I'll say that much.
So that could be a component also. You imagine if all three were in the ring. Oba, Brock, and Roman. It's not going to happen.
Hey, chat, what time does this PLE start? Is it like 2 p.m. now because they're going to be in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, Muhammad, you're in here. You tell us, buddy. Appreciate you. There's
Muhammad's in here?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the
it's
time.
Past midnight, but he's here. Appreciate it.
Oh.
Mick Foley's AEW schedule and Forbidden Door status has been released. Have you seen this?
He won't be there, supposedly. He's got a show, the comedy gig he already agreed to, right?
He, quote unquote, according to Dave Meltzer, he booked himself like crazy. Larry said noon his time, so I guess it's 1 p.m. our time.
You think the backlash to Mick Foley being signed by this company has had Tony Khan say, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on this right away? Or you want to do a match? Okay, get in shape. You start training. I'll pay you to train, and we'll bring you in 2 months from now for our match with Darby Allin.
No, I can't see that. It just feels like, I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like he regrets it. It's just Mick doesn't want to have a full-time gig. He wants to have a couple of shows. They've said Montreal and London are the two he's expected to be at. So for all the noise and all the pomp and circumstance, he's essentially booked for 2 shows that I can see. Like, what are we doing here?
I think he would help the commentary team. But we'll get into that later. I'd rather have him on commentary than actually being in the ring. But he's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call the guy, who you haven't seen in weeks.
Where is that guy? It's been months, not weeks.
He's got trouble flying, man. He said
it's that bad.
We said on this show that the traveling in planes is tearing him up because of his neck. Even though he's had surgery, the neck is still killing him. And it's Big Show used to travel all the time. And Big Show had to get all these he's 11 surgeries he's had at age 54. And just so he can get through life.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. Travel used to
That's
kill the big
crazy
show.
if you're still traveling and you feel like that, man. You couldn't get me to go anywhere.
Well, you get on you got to
Thanks,
get
Mark.
you got to get in a car. You got to drive to the airport, dump the
Right.
rental car, get on the plane.
Yeah.
While you're driving, your neck's getting all jostled around.
And
get
just
on the
before
plane.
you continue, if you have not traveled a lot, let me tell you something. I spent about the first 3 years of my life when my son was born. All I did was travel at least 1 week a month all over this country. And it gets old real fast because it's not like you're traveling to go somewhere fun. You're running from one boardroom to the other. You're jumping in the rental car. You're jumping in the jet. You're on to the next hotel. You're jet lagged as hell by the time you get to the West Coast. It's not fun living that kind of lifestyle. It's just the drizzling shits. And I can't imagine doing that for a living. Like, that is an insane job to me.
Or with injuries from the ring.
And you're injured.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 week, I traveled from here to Boston, to Miami, to Dallas, to the border of Mexico, to LA, to the border of Canada, and then home in a 6-day period. I saw both oceans and both borders in the same week.
I read a quote somewhere. I forgot where I read it or who wrote it. From Daniel Bryan. Brian Danielson, if you were to call him that name. His doctor said he's got the neck of a 75-year-old man.
That's not good.
From all the wear and tear. All the multiple surgeries on his neck and all that bullshit. So remember, he had neck problems in WWE.
Well, he had concussion problems too, and that's why they said, you're not wrestling here anymore. Mm-hmm. We can't clear you because the smallest ding and you're out. Anyway, Piper Niven, speaking of neck injuries, gave an update on her neck surgery. And she said the healing is coming along well. And there's a picture of it, or her x-ray, I should say.
Yeah.
There's 2 screws jammed in her neck with a plate holding it together.
That's like, Austin's got that. Edge has that.
I'm not saying her career is over, but it don't look good.
Well, I mean, look at Adam Copeland. Look at Austin came back. And had a nice career. Don't do anything around my head.
Warrior, I assure you, they were not Learjets. My ass was flying Delta.
Leave my neck alone. I'm flying Delta. Leave my fucking neck alone.
Dude, that week was hell. That week was pure hell.
Bring me more vodka. That's what you were screaming at the stewardess. More vodka.
No, I had to drive because the director, I was with the director traveling. So I was the guy that was driving. He was on his BlackBerry at the time the whole time, setting up meetings when we were going. This was when the war in Afghanistan was really kicking off, and I was buying shit all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, crazy time. Thekla, one of our favorite wrestlers on AEW.
The Tickler?
The Tickler.
I love the
Tickler. Addressed New Japan Pro Wrestling to Tatsuchi, whatever I can't say his name, but I'm not going to try.
Ichitazawa?
Is that how you say it? Tazawa?
I don't know. I don't even know his name.
Anyway, she said she was very happy where she is right now. She does not have a very good place in her heart for Stardom. She really went out there. She said, I've never been so proud to represent a company, especially because this is the most precious bling I've ever been holding as a champion, especially because Stardom and I are not on good terms per se, and I've never been that proud to represent Stardom anywhere. Taking shots.
I saw that. Was this from the TMZ interview?
I believe so, yeah.
The TMZ's got a actually YouTube wrestling show called Inside the Ring with TMZ, where they interviewed the Tickler this week. Super chat for $5 Canadian. People don't realize how bad the G-forces are, even on a commercial plane. It's hard on your neck. This is from the stunned Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, it's and there's nothing worse than sitting there cramped in an airplane for the next 6 hours flying to LA from the East Coast. It's the dirt worst.
It is. The Tickler said that they asked her if she's seen somebody in AEW.
God.
We're all in great shape. There's a lot of horny people backstage. A lot of horny people going on. And, I don't know. I don't get into it. But the rumor going around is.
Good God, dude. I saw that quote about fell out.
She's great, man. She's just comedy gold. You just can't believe what's going to come out of her mouth. Her vodka-stained mouth. But rumor has it that she's with one of the dogs, Clark Connors, from New Japan Pro Wrestling. The guy looks like John Morrison.
I
The
see
guy
you
you
on
call
that.
Johnny Nitro. Who's Johnny Nitro? That was a stripper for major corporations. Thank God they moved on to HR.
God almighty. Here we go. Show's going to hell already. We just
Right
got
down the
here.
toilet.
Apollo Crews. Did you see the news on where he's going?
Oh, for Christ's sake. Is he gone from WWE?
He's been gone from WWE. He got let go back in April, remember?
He didn't get let go, did he?
Yeah.
No, he didn't get let go, did he?
Yeah, April 24th.
Oh, I thought he was like, I don't know. I thought he was indestructible there.
He was originally thought to be going to TNA. Now that his good buddy Tommy Dreamer's gone, he doesn't know. They don't know where he's going now because that was sort of his in, from what I was reading.
He'll still get into TNA because the Road Dogg is rumored to become the new head of creative.
Yep.
TNA.
And you know who? Eric Bischoff chimed in on that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he thinks Road Dogg will be a better fit there than he was at WWE because he just wasn't right for the WWE environment for what they're doing now. And what he was essentially saying is WWE has gone corporate. It's no longer a wrestling company.
They're tapped into social media. They're tapped into streaming. They're tapped into views in social media and all that bullshit. And Road Dogg is an old school guy. He doesn't understand what the kids want. But he's very, very good at the old school nuances and storylines and coming up with things like that.
And I wish we had more of that. I was thinking about that earlier. You know, I remember the 80s and 90s. The mid-card guys shit that they had going on mattered. It mattered a lot. Arn Anderson, when he was on my television, mattered. Mr. Perfect mattered. Those guys mattered to me when they were on my TV.
Right. Well, they
Barry
all look like
Windham mattered.
They all look like wrestlers.
Yes.
And when they spoke, because they were practicing speaking to live crowds all around the South and the North or whatever in the territories for years and years and years, not being on TV, of course. They're practicing cutting promos live to people. So being on TV, cutting a promo to a crowd didn't bother him at all. Arn Anderson was a master at that. You believe what he was telling you.
Who do you think was the greatest mid-carder in either the 80s or 90s or both? Who do you think was the best mid? Just go with it. Who do you think was like the mid-card talent where you're like, why is it that guy in the main stage?
If you're talking all around, looking at all the factors involved to be a professional wrestler.
I mean, they were on the
promos, the look, in ring, Arn Anderson. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody better.
I can't argue with you. I can't.
He was great in WCW, NWA when it was Crockett's NWA, and WWF. He was great in all three.
You gave that, so I'm going to give a different one. I'm going to go with Mr. Perfect. There's nothing that guy couldn't do. He could piss you off to the point you wanted to strangle him yourself. You wanted to get out of your chair and put your hands on that man.
But the problem with Mr. Perfect was...
get out of that chair and tell him, these hands are bisexual. Anybody can get them.
The problem with Mr. Perfect was... I haven't heard that line in a while. The problem with Perfect was... he liked his nose candy, pal, like all of them did. The only one that was straight out of the two guys we mentioned was Anderson. He liked his Jack Daniels, of course, and his beer. But, you know.
I can't put Kane in that, though, Muhammad. Kane got to the big stage. He was a mainstay player. He got the heavyweight title. He won the WWE title.
He was in main events.
Yeah,
he was in main events consistently, yes. Arn Anderson and Perfect were not in main events consistently. Maybe like, well, who's sick? Flair's sick. Put Anderson in there.
One of the best stories ever was the Macho Man. He got called up for a show because one of the young guys got hurt. And I've heard this story from Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
Yes.
And he said he called the Macho Man to say, we got to put you in this spot. Need you to be in this spot. And Macho Man's reply was, oh, yeah, the kids can't cut it, so you got to call the old man to step in. Yeah.
Savage.
I thought that was a great story. He was he's not goated enough. He's not.
He had it all, too. That was another guy who was a Swiss Army knife of professional wrestling. He could just, whatever. I mean, he could do anything you put him in, he could do. It was just phenomenal.
Even when he was a bad guy, he was funny as hell.
Absolutely.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
Here we go. We got Mark chiming in. Mark's got Arnold Anderson, babyface Ricky Steamboat. See, here's the thing. Ricky Steamboat made it to the big leagues. He made it to the big leagues, right?
James Duffy, here. Arnold Anderson, here, Teach. Arnold Anderson.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, my God.
He got the world heavyweight title.
What was his real name?
Who?
Anderson. I'm trying to.
I can't remember.
Marty Lundy.
Marty
Lundy. Yes.
As soon as you said Marty, I said, there it is. I can't wait.
Did I tell you I met that guy?
No.
I met R. Anderson at a bar after a WCW show. It was a WCW pay-per-view down in the Baltimore Arena. Went to the Marriott by the hotel. There was a hotel. I mean, by the hotel, by the airport. That's where they were all staying. And they tipped us off that they were staying there. So at the Flair was telling everybody. So we went to the hotel at the bar at the Marriott. And I'm sitting there with my first wife at the time. And who do I see walking by? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 8 Heinekens. One in one hand and one in the dummy hand. Remember, he had the problems with his hand? Yeah. Yes. And the dummy hand, you probably could open a Heineken, take the top off the bottle with the dummy hand. It was Arn Anderson walking by. And my wife goes, oh it's Arn. Oh. You're. Yeah. Say it. That's what we said. Say it. He's laughing at her. I said, hey, Arn, how you doing? Great show tonight. He says, hey, thanks. You guys were there, right? I said, yeah. We just didn't come here to get shit signed like the people out front. They had Goldberg out. Goldberg was outside. You can call him a prick all you want to. He was outside with the mothers and the kids signing shit for like 2 hours before he could come into the bar. That's how popular he was at the time. But Arn Anderson stopped to talk to us for like 20 minutes. I got to get these beers back to the fellas. They don't like drinking warm beer to get angry. All right, Arn, no problem.
One more piece of story. Shane McMahon celebrates the anniversary of his match against Kurt Angle.
Oh, who gives a
Apparently,
shit?
it's the 25th anniversary of that match, and that match is known because he got thrown through a plexiglass window. They didn't put candy glass in it, and they had to do it twice, and it fucked him all up. Tully Blanchard, Glenn Taylor for the 20 spot. Thank you, brother. Good answer. I like
that's Tully. A hell of an answer, yeah.
Yeah. Tully was one of those guys that was always on top in the mid cards. He always had a piece of gold around his waist. Yep. And like we talked about a week or two ago, we said he gave the greatest brain buster in the history that I've ever seen in wrestling. The greatest brain buster ever.
These kids nowadays don't know how to do it. They don't go back and watch tapes.
Suplex.
These old guys can't teach us nothing. Don't listen to these old guys. Hangman Page. Thank you, Hangman Page.
Yeah. Let's get to the meat of the matter. It is the thumbnail. It is the point of the show. We talked about the idiocy that was SmackDown running Tuesday.
Sure. Not selling enough tickets. Not selling enough tickets.
That was not enough tickets for a Friday Night SmackDown right now. No. It's just not. Minimum you should be selling if you're WWE is 8,000. I think that's a minimum. That's right. That's your low standard.
Right.
Your high standard is Ring of Honor can't sell shit on a pole.
I think the last show they sold actual 50 tickets to the last show.
Dude, so we got wind of this. There was a report that came out, a big podcaster, and it got wind. And I don't remember who started this, but then it came out to be true. Ring of Honor's giving away tickets because nobody's coming.
Nobody's coming. They've got a curtain set up behind the customers that they gave tickets away to with pictures of people printed on the fucking curtain.
Tony Khan got this property and said he was going to do some amazing things with it. Tony Khan was going to get it back on television. Tony Khan was going to do something with Ring of Honor that hadn't been done in years. He's done nothing with this property.
Nothing.
He's done nothing with it.
Nothing.
There are wrestlers there you see every now and then, like Athena, and that's about it. That's all you see. You see her Athena? Once and she's gone.
What made you bring her name up?
She kind of put out a tweet that was kind of cryptic this week.
Yes.
Didn't really look happy. She said something, but she left it with, "That's all I'm going to say."
She doesn't know. She's feeling some kind of way about things. And this was after the Collision taping last week, where she did the job to Maya, what's her name? Maya World.
Maya World, who's no one has ever heard of and will not remember.
No.
I don't understand what the hell they're doing.
She took the place of Sarai, the Japanese girl who was injured.
Because she was hurt.
Yes. Maya World filled in for her and beat Sky Blue, who didn't look too happy about the fact that she got beat. And Athena wasn't too happy that she had to do the job to Maya World. And is she getting a push because her brother recently was hit by a car and died? And they're tying this in somehow to Owen Hart. I don't know. I think it's bad taste, but I don't know.
That's bad taste. I didn't know about that. If that was going on WWE, you'd see Dave Meltzer crushing this shit.
Yeah. He would be shitting all over it. But
again, Ring of Honor's giving away tickets. And somebody came at me today on Twitter, was like, "Oh yeah, well NXT gives away tickets too." So this is where we are now, right? NXT gives away tickets because it's a developmental property. That's why. They sell tickets to their big shows. They do sell those tickets. They don't just give away their PLE shows.
Right.
They sell those tickets.
You've got indie wrestlers who've been wrestling for 10 years in Ring of Honor. Maybe 15 years in Ring of Honor. Maybe not. I'm not saying completely in Ring of Honor, but on the road in the indie circuit wrestling. So
right. I don't know what to say because this is what it ties into, right? Somebody put a post out there earlier this week that I read. It turned out to be a fake news article that AEW had done 4,000 tickets for this show while SmackDown had just barely done 6,000. I think it was closer to 7,000 by the time the show went live. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. That show last night did just over 2,000 tickets. It did just over. It's the same shit, different week. Matter of fact, it's down because they had been doing some 3,000 house shows. Now they're down another grand. They're down 1,000 people, man.
And 3,000 tickets for a house show or a Dynamite taping or a Collision taping is horrendous. Horrendous. I remember back in the day, around 2015, 2014, 2010, I'll say 2010, when SmackDown was only doing 3,000.
I think that was 2017, 2016.
You think is that what it was?
Yeah,
SmackDown was dying in live shows and house shows, just dying. Meltzer couldn't wait to shit all over it.
They were running house shows in gyms again, and high school gyms.
Oh, absolutely. That's how bad it was.
They did one here locally during that time frame.
I remember when
it was unwatchable, man.
When I lived in Maryland, they went to the Salisbury Community Center and did shows down there. They did shows in some school down there on the Eastern Shore of Maryland by Ocean City because the attendance was so bad that's what they had to do for house shows. It was ridiculous how bad it was. Meltzer shit all over that, but he's quiet when it comes to AEW.
Quiet.
He sold 7,700 tickets for the Forbidden Door and more on the way. Bullshit.
Let's talk about AEW last night. June 24th episode.
I just want to say one thing.
I'm going.
I just want to say, Tony Khan did a press conference today on the phone about Forbidden Door. Have you heard any of this?
Oh, no.
He says he hopes that I'll talk about TNA. They asked him if he wants to buy TNA.
There we go. Johnny's wet dream.
Not my wet dream, pal.
I read this earlier, by the way, and the bottom floor price is $30 million. That's what they want for the company.
30 to 40?
30 to 40, but they expect to get 50 because they say the library's worth 30. I have news for you. No one's paying that much money for TNA. You're out of your fucking mind.
Whoever buys TNA has to assume $30 million worth of debt that they have right now.
It's
not happening. Tony Khan said it's something he's going to pass on. If the price was right, it'd be an interesting purchase. But at $40 million, it's a hard pass. He also said that long-term plans are in effect for Jack Perry, who hasn't signed a contract.
Hold on, I'm going to get there. We talk about him later. He's on the show.
Puerto Rico There's a priority market for him. He's going to run a show in Puerto
I'm
Rico.
going to jump out that fucking window.
That's
if
what
we
he's
talk
doing.
anymore about what he said. I'm going to jump right the fuck out.
They also asked him about Britt Baker,
Oh
Jay White,
God!
Keith Lee, and Tony Storm. He said some will be back quicker than others. That's what he said. Meaning Britt Baker's never coming back. It's a lot of everything is great.
Why?
Everything is great. It's all great. Everything's fine. Everything's great.
AEW started off last night in the funniest fucking way possible. I can't wait to talk about this. Put your ears on what I'm going to tell you for a shoot happened. We have the Cracker Clan who has Moxley saying, don't stop. Keep moving forward. Have your buddies back. I'm like, what is happening? What is going on right now? They're all hyped up. Okay, this is how we're going to.
They got no fucking huddle. And
they're in this. Oh, I'm going to get to that, but they're in this little room with a fucking horse, a goddamn farm bucket over here, a farm trough, if you will, for pigs and water, or horses and cows to drink water out of. That's on the bench. They are in like the smallest room possible for.
So they were in Audrey Edwards' dressing room. That's where they were.
This was. This looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
They get into a circle and start doing the circle, jumping around, making all kinds of shit. When they stop, Osprey trips on the bottom rail that all this shit is sitting on and falls in the fucking water tray.
He just fucks right off.
I said he falls in the water tray. I had to pause the show immediately
and rewind it.
15 times because I was laughing so hard. Fucking Footloose comes over, takes his hand, and says, it's okay. You're with us. What? Ocean Spray gets up. Clearly, this was not planned.
No.
He can't stop himself. He looks at Daniel Garcia, who's got a smile a mile wide, trying not to bust out laughing. Ocean Spray takes off to 2 steps to the back of the room, and you see him start laughing as he turns his back to the camera. This couldn't have started any more ominous if it tried. This was the way I described it. If you haven't seen it, please go find this. It is one of the funniest clips you'll ever say, with Footloose saying, it's okay, you're with us. Him falling in. What?
Did you expect anything different from this shit show?
I don't know anything different. I didn't expect this, Bottles. No one could have expected this. This was abysmal.
It's awful. Every week.
This was abysmal.
Every week, bullshit like this happens every week.
Whether it's sound, water trough,
somebody falls over, they say the wrong thing on the air. It's just, it's horrendous. They do stupid shit like push-ups out on the concourse by the concession stand. Remember they're out there doing Japanese push-ups. What?
I don't know why.
Don't know why.
The opponents that they're going to face, and it's going to be Lifeboy, Claudio, and Moxley versus Brody King, Bandito, and Mystic Ice. So I don't know where this is going. I don't care where this is going.
I love a nice, cool Mystic Ice on a hot summer day.
None of this shit matters to me. There's a quick exchange. Bandito calls out Moxley. They have a quick exchange. Claudio tags in. Brody tags in. And here's what got my attention. When Brody King got nose to nose with Claudio, Claudio's the taller guy. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that, no.
Brody King looks like a giant in this company because everybody he's facing is 6 foot or under. Claudio's a grown-ass man. He's a bigger guy.
Sure.
When he got nose to nose with Claudio, I was like, oh, shit. He might be wider, but he's not as tall, and he's not as in fit shape.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this is crazy. This shit went exactly like you thought it was going to go. It got out of control. The ref, of course, lost control of the match. The Cracker Clan's on the outside, and we got a triple suicide dive from Brody King, Bandito, and Mystic Ice. All 3 of them did it at the same time. And I thought the masked goof was going to have an orgasm on air when this happened. It's a triple suicida. Then it gets completely.
Did Shivani say, this is one of the greatest nights of my life?
He did not. He just said, I'd lost my toupee.
My hair ran away.
This is how bad this was. We go to a commercial break, and when we come back, 3 of them are beating on Bandito in the ring, just like that. Because I'm not watching the commercials, and I'm not watching the last box. I'm past that. When it first started for wrestling and sports, it was cool. Now it's just a nuisance. I can't hear what's going on. I don't want to see it. Just get it the hell off my TV.
Why do they keep doing that? Why?
I don't know.
Why? They don't know how to. All they got to do is just tell the wrestlers in the ring when a commercial break stall. That's all they got to do. That's what they do in WWE. They got a guy. You know who sits there and times that shit out for WWE? Billy Kidman. Remember Billy Kidman?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
He's the timekeeper backstage at the gorilla position for commercial breaks.
Tony Schiavone was bad last night, and this was the first. This was the first of many awful calls. And I wrote this down because I was like, there's no way he just said this.
No, he was horrible last night. He's bad every other night. He was horrible last night.
Mystic Ice hits a flippy move.
Mystic Ice. Jesus Christ. That sounds like a rapping wizard. I'm Mystic Ice.
Mystic Ice hits a flippy move. And this is what Tony Schiavone said. Lots of guys can hit that move, but no one does it quite like him.
Like who? Mystic Ice?
Like Mystic Ice.
Mystic Ice.
What aren't you supposed to be bragging that few people can hit this move like that? He's one of one. He says lots of people can hit that shit. What the?
Just words come out of his mouth. Like he doesn't even. There's no correlation of what he's saying with what's going on in the ring. It's horrible. Just get. If anybody, for God's sakes, if anybody from AEW is watching the show, fire Tony Schiavone or put him backstage where he can do pre-taped interviews with people. Because obviously he can't talk. His brain is short-circuiting from his mouth.
We get your typical 6-man bullshit where everybody gets a move exchange. Moxley hits Brody with the belt. 1, 2, 3, the end.
Great.
Riveting stuff.
What a show so far. What a show.
I have no words. I have no words.
It's everything you would just expect.
Renee Baguette is with Darby Allin in Melrose Place, and this thing was just fucking off.
That's it.
That's what I'm calling them from now on. What's their name?
Place.
What's their name?
The conglomeration.
Yeah, they are now Melrose Place.
I like the Beverly Hills Melrose Friends.
They are Melrose Place.
Yes.
They all say some shit that doesn't go anywhere. Orange Cassidy then has words at the end of this. This guy sucks on the microphone. He sucks in the ring. I don't get this guy. He can't cut a promo, man. He can't cut a promo.
He's a comedy act. This is like if Danhausen wrestled in the ring every week. You would have beat your head against the wall.
You're right.
Yeah.
But he's not funny. Like, he's Danhausen without actually being entertaining.
Right.
He's got a gimmick, and that's it. His gimmick sucks. His mic work sucks. Him and Renee walked away from each other awkwardly, and they think it's funny. No one laughs at that shit. It's not funny. It's not funny.
The high point of Orange Cassidy on the microphone was when he talked about he's going to face a guy in the ring later on the show. My name is Orange Cassidy, and I don't have a catchphrase.
Yeah.
It's probably the best thing he ever said on the microphone. That was it.
Thank you, Mid-South Brat. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Really appreciate it.
Sorry, girls. Late coming from work. Can't finish my Thursday without you guys. You're awesome as usual.
Appreciate you. Harley Cameron comes to the ring in a Supergirl outfit.
Why not?
She was on the show. They are promoting the shit out of this movie, which is going to bomb by all accounts this weekend in the damn box office. It's going to eat dirt.
It is.
But she was at the red carpet. I don't know if she's in the movie, but she was picked to help promote the movie. So she's literally in a Supergirl outfit.
She probably got invited, probably because she's a WWE talent. She probably got free tickets. So they go to the premiere. Swerve Strickland was there.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people were there too. So
Anyway, Harley Cameron comes down to fight fucking Footloose. And I said,
Footloose.
oh, I can't wait to watch this shit show. One girl who can't work and the other girl who doesn't give a shit about your body. This is going to be awesome. And before the bell rings, Footloose starts kicking the shit out of Harley Cameron. I said, here we go.
And I didn't hate it.
Something.
I didn't hate
it either because she
No.
beat the shit out of her.
Well, you got one girl with all the charisma in the world who can't wrestle, Harley Cameron, and you got one girl who can do basic jiu-jitsu moves and has no charisma whatsoever. That's Footloose.
This was when Tony Schiavone hit an all-time worst in this match for his announcing tonight. I did notice, though, that Footloose had her boots on to start this match, and when we came back from commercial break, they were gone. She was back to her bare feet.
I got to take my boots off.
But
We
this
can't
is
start
my
this.
gimmick.
We're going to start this. Yeah, they call me Footloose, so I got to throw these feet loose.
She did, too. The bitches
Yeah.
came right off. Good to see you, Flamethrower. Glad you're back, brother. And yes, Harley looked great in that outfit. She's a beautiful woman. I'm not saying she's not. But Tony Schiavone said, and this is insane, Tony Schiavone said Harley Cameron is kryptonite to Footloose. The girl in the Supergirl outfit is now the kryptonite.
He should have been flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Footloose is kryptonite to Harley Cameron.
Yes. Because she was ragdolling her ass everywhere. The jiu-jitsu hip throws, hip tosses, that shit looks amazing. I don't care who you are. That looks good as hell. That looks real.
You're complimenting Footloose.
Yeah. She can wrestle a little bit. Charisma of a vacuum, but she can wrestle.
I'm going to put the cigar at my eyeball.
I was entertained
complimented
by this.
Footloose.
You said you were. I know. Hold on, because what else did Tony Schiavone say in this match that was so insane?
He said, I don't think anybody's afraid of Marina Shafir.
Did he say that, or I think everybody is?
No, he said, I don't think anybody's afraid of Marina Shafir.
And then the other commentator said, I think everyone is. Like, did you mean to say that? What the fuck are you doing over there, Tony?
Nigel McGuinness was drinking Bombay gin the entire show because he just had enough of the whole thing. He hardly said anything for the whole show. He just was knocking them back, pal.
He was done by the 9 o'clock hour.
Done.
I've had enough, mate. I'm done with the drinks. I'm done with this show.
This whole show sucks. Roadrunner incoming. I can feel it now. He's probably just, his eyeballs are bugging out of his head right now.
Marina Shafir loses this match to Harley Cameron.
Which I didn't expect.
No one did, but all Marina Shafir does is lose. That's all she does is lose. All I do is lose every fucking match that I'm in.
I thought this purpose of the Death Riders was to elevate
I thought so too.
the lower level stars like Claudio and Garcia and Lice Boy and Footloose.
None of them ever win. None of them ever win.
It's
the only one that wins is Moxley.
The Moxley Vanity Project is what this is. The John Moxley Vanity Project. He put this together so he looked like a leader of men. And, I'm going to go and elevate all this young talent around me, all this young talent. Like Marina Shafir, like Claudio is 45 years old. Young talent. I'm going to honor them. I'm going to elevate all this young talent. He hasn't elevated anybody.
They all lose all the time, except Moxley.
Out. You don't need to work out, Daniel, Lice Boy. You guys don't need to work out. It's a waste of time here.
Trust
You're
me.
fine the way you are with those buggy whip arms.
Anyway, that shit's over. Then we get a Mile World versus Monet teaser, and I said, "Oh God, it can't get worse."
Good Lord. Although I am curious as to who's going to win that Owen Hart Cup for the.
Well, I'm interested now because they got somebody up at the top that I didn't think was coming, and you got Monet, and you know she don't lose, so we're going to find out how booking goes with Tony. I'm interested in that. I'll admit that openly.
I want to find out why Monet's not taking on the tickler at this show.
Yeah. Billy Ocean Spray has a match tonight with a guy with a learning disability. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He calls himself ELP. He obviously can't say his name.
Emerson Lake and Palmer?
Yeah. Again, learning disability.
Right.
Just call me ELP.
ELP. El Phantasmo is what that stands for. El Phantasmo.
This match went about as long
Don't
as I
know.
thought it should. It was about an 8-minute squash match. Billy Ocean Spray won.
This is
about
the
what it should have
guy who's going to be in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup for the men's side. And it took up 8 minutes. I thought it was longer. I thought it was at least 15 minutes wrestling this schmuck. Took him all this time to put this guy away. Why?
I thought ELP stood for excruciating learning process.
Problem. Excruciating learning problem.
Swerve comes out and Billy
I'll
Lee,
wrestle on way. Yeah, go ahead.
come over here and kick my fucking ass.
Yes.
He's the guy that started it
Let's
all.
do it.
That's not how you're supposed to wrestle.
That's it.
Swerve comes out. Billy leaves. The camera. This is where it got. I said, no fucking way they did this.
He just walked through the crowd. Ospreay did. He didn't want to go and
Yeah.
walk past Swerve. So he's doing no. Hopped the rail and went up into the crowd like a schmuck.
Well, to his credit, the announcer said probably a smart move. Don't want to get hurt before the match. Things of that nature. But hold on. Let me adjust some shit over here. I got things going on over here, Bottles.
He's down on the phone.
They are going to show
Mm-hmm.
Swerve Strickland versus Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia, who was at ringside earlier in the night. Daniel Garcia, who was in the horse room earlier in the night, that watched his good friend Billy Ocean Spray fall into the horse trough. They go outside of the building, and there's no one there.
No.
They go back inside the building to show
And there's
Swerve
no
again.
one there.
No, they go back inside to show Swerve.
Yes.
His music hits being Daniel Garcia. They show back outside again. Why is Daniel Garcia walking inside he was just fucking here.
In tights. In his tights.
What?
In his
Why
boots.
is
Drinking
he
water.
outside the building?
They're grooming him to be. His gimmick now is Little John Moxley. That's what he is. The mascot for Little John
Dude,
Moxley. That's
this
what he is.
shit was horrible.
It was
he was-
awful.
He was outside the building.
And he's obviously, and we say
Is he
this,
outside taking a smoke break?
smoking a joint.
Is he smoking Joe's out there? What the fuck?
It was unbelievable. And he walks in, and you just look at this guy thinking, why are they wasting Swerve in a match against this putz?
The schmuck.
So Garcia's got to do a job to Swerve. For what,
I'm wondering,
what purpose?
Okay,
What's
let's ask you.
the reason?
Did you notice how this started with Garcia?
He went nose to nose with Swerve like Moxley would.
What else did you notice?
I think he poured the water bottle over his head, threw it away when he was walking in. He did it outside before he entered the building.
Garcia wanted to be Garcia, who was clearly outweighed by at least 50 pounds with Swerve.
187 pounds. 187 they built him at. He's obviously stopped working. He stopped working out. He doesn't lift a single weight except for that water bottle outside. That was it.
He does Japanese push-ups. I'm telling you now, go back and watch this if you missed it. He wanted to be the tough guy in this match and be the guy that was going to push around Swerve,
Right.
who he is not bigger than, and threw some live rounds early, and Swerve immediately fucking sent a receipt to calm his ass down, to show him who the man was in this match.
Right.
Go back and watch this, folks, if you didn't see this. That dude threw live rounds. Bullshit. He threw him and he got him right back. And after that, he calmed the fuck down. He stopped doing that bullshit.
Mhm.
Suddenly, he wasn't the tough guy anymore.
Right. Let me ask you this, Don. They've got 190 people in on air talent in that company on contract. But is John Silver from the Dark Order, the little bald guy, is he on vacation? Permanent
I don't
vacation?
know. We saw him
Or is
a couple
Evil
weeks
Uno
ago.
not around anymore? Alex
I hope
Reynolds?
not.
All those
I
guys.
hope not.
See, exactly. All those guys. Couldn't they trot out a couple of these guys as jobbers?
Stop putting this in the atmosphere. I don't even want to see these guys again.
I'm just saying, why, if you're trying to push Garcia as one of the Death Riders, why have him do the job to Swerve Strickland?
He
Why
does the
even
job
have
every
Swerve
week.
Why have Swerve Strickland wrestle when he's got a big match on Saturday? Why have
He does.
Ospreay wrestle when they got a big match on Saturday?
He
Why?
does the job because his job is the job.
His job is a job. He's a jobber. He's the Barry Horowitz of
Don't forget, though, Dave Meltzer reported a couple of years ago, there was a bidding war looming
Of
between
course.
WWE and AEW for this guy.
That was just last year, as a matter of fact. Everybody wanted him.
The war to settle the score. Who gets Daniel Garcia? Anyway, this was Tony Schiavone's third complete fuck up of the night, where he tried to sell headphones that apparently AEW is now gimmicked.
What?
Go back and watch. He tried to sell headphones and fell all over himself trying to do so.
The headphones that Prince Nana was wearing.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know where this match was going, and I didn't care. Swerve wins. Billy comes out to save Daniel from a beatdown. Not a save Swerve, and it goes on and on and on. Everybody comes out to save everybody.
Where were the other Death Riders
when
Garcia's getting his ass kicked? Ospreay's the only one who came out. But when Ospreay's getting his ass kicked, everybody
comes out.
Even Footloose does.
She hit my boy.
You're with us. It's okay. You're with us.
Melrose Place versus MJF group recap. Yay. We're getting that again at the pay-per-view. Don Callis group with MJF. They announced team shirts. This shit sucked. I don't care.
In the stairwell. The best thing about this was he looked at Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta and said,
"Get the hell out of here!
What are you two doing? Get the hell out of here!" They laughed. I guess they were shocked, but they laughed and they stepped off.
But you brought something up. Who was directing this and said, we should shoot this in front of a stairwell here? Great idea. What aesthetics we're going to have.
Great acoustics, by the way. Echoey, tinny.
View. I'm not at a fucking stairwell in my house. I'm not in the hallway shooting this.
Can't they?
I do this as an amateur show, and I know better than to do some dumb shit like that.
Can't they get to an arena and just cut this shit in front of a backdrop, a green screen or whatever, and just do their promos all in a row and get it over with, have it taped, and then run it during the show? Do they have the facilities to do that?
John Moxley stepped in and said, they got an outside.
There you go.
Why don't you film yourself at the doorsteps coming in?
Why don't you go ahead over to the Circle K and cut the whole promo by the pumps?
There's a cool bum over there. I beat his ass earlier.
Bring me over a Slurpee and a corn dog.
Hot Pockets, they got them.
Hot Pockets.
Jack Perry has a match, and Jack Perry has a contract that they don't want out in the public, which I find stupid. You were going to bring this up earlier. Dave Meltzer and the lot are all trying to say Jack Perry's not under contract. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on this from 1,000 miles away. No shot, Cody Khan. They're saying that he's not, or he's under it now for another week or two.
Yeah, it's going to end soon.
Bullshit. I don't believe that for a minute. They have never on this company had somebody that had a contract coming up where they were on TV 2 weeks before it expired. Not ever. That's not how they do it. When Cody Rhodes was leaving, he was off TV for months. That's not how they do it here.
Well, I don't know.
Usually, you get the TNT title as a reward to stay.
Anna Jay's contract is supposedly up, and they just had her on TV a few weeks ago.
I don't buy that either.
$2 from Black Larry. You catch up your corn dogs, 2 bottles? No, I eat them as is, pal. I eat them right on the stick as is.
Jack is already signed. He's not going anywhere. I have no doubt about it. This is all bullshit to try to make it seem like they're keeping a big star. And let me assure you, no one gives a shit about Jack Perry.
If you dip a corn dog in honey, it tastes great. It's fantastic, by the way. Just throwing that out.
You can dip almost anything in honey and it tastes fantastic. Bottles, it's honey.
That's true.
That's why they got honey glazed everything.
Okay. All right.
Take it easy.
Good Lord.
Have you tried honey glazed salmon? That shit's incredible.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good shit.
My God.
That is good shit. Honey glazed salmon. My God in heaven. That's good.
Anyway, he's going to take on Zack Sabre Jr. I don't give a shit. This is what I thought it was. And this is sort of my issue with Jack Sabre Jr. is anybody when amateur wrestlers want to pretend like they're great as pros because they were amateur wrestlers and you watch this shit. Bullshit. This guy wasn't some great amateur wrestler.
No. By the
and
way,
it shows in the ring.
Jack Perry built at 190 pounds, by the way.
Kiss my ass.
He's shorter than Garcia, who's at 187. They built at 187. And Jack Perry weighs 190. Come on now.
Get the fuck out of here. Again,
Jack Sabre Jr. looks horrible. He looks horrible.
Some of the shit that he was doing in this match looks so amateur hour, I don't know where to start. The reversals were corny as hell. I hate when they do shit like this. You give guys like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar a bad name. Guys that can actually technically chain wrestle. This shit was awful.
Right.
Anyway, you knew who was going to win this. Perry quits. End of story. The Bucks come out to face Zach's pals. Nope, not watching this shit. Bucks win. Then Kenny get jumped. Kenny comes out with Jack. Kenny throws the shittiest looking elbow strikes that have been pandered everywhere. Have you seen everybody shitting on his elbows that were missing by a country mile?
It's awful. It's just awful. He needs to go away for a while, even longer than the last break. You know what Shivani said about this whole segment?
Yes.
They're breakdance fighting.
This shit was terrible.
They're breakdance fighting.
Shit was terrible.
Awful.
It was terrible.
Awful.
Kenny gets the microphone and says, everyone will forget about you again. And scene. The music plays, and it's not the scene. They played the music immediately, and Zack Sabre Jr. goes to grab the mic because he's got something to say, and the music stops. Who's running this clown car?
Does Jack Sabre Jr. look intimidating to you?
Not a
whatsoever?
Shot in hell. No.
Whatsoever. He looks like
a string bean.
He looks like a DoorDash driver that just strolled into the ring with somebody's Panda Express order. Where's Mina Shirakawa? I got her food here.
Oh, Denisha in the house. Don, sickos are complaining about Jay when they had Swerve and Garcia match, but that butt cheek match, it irks me.
It was horrible. It was horrible. Thank you for the 5 spot, Denisha.
Thank you.
Horrendous. It was horrendous. That was a great match. That was a great match.
No.
Said the sickos.
No.
Said the Cheeto sexuals. You know they're going to come out en masse and say that was a great match. It was a great show. Dynamite was a pay-per-view quality show.
They always say that shit. The first sicko that I see that says that was actually a really bad show will be the first ever.
Did you notice the little Twitter comments they put in the bottom left corner of the screen when the show starts?
No, what?
One of them was, I can't believe we're getting a pay-per-view a few days before the pay-per-view. It's a free pay-per-view on TV, meaning the Dynamite show.
Oh, my God.
Who are these people? So I try to look it up. I go to the AEW Wrestling Twitter page to see if people are like posting this shit on there. No. Where are these tweets coming from? What the range people? You can't see the screen names. They got to blur it out for some reason. You can't see who they are. I don't know.
What? Again, I'm Tickler segment, which was entertaining. I like the Tickler, man. She's wild as shit. You never know when she's drunk, but she's fun.
She went to Stardom. She went to Stardom and grabbed the head of Stardom and had him down in the ring. I was going to spit on him.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Red Velvet versus Abdullah Oblongata. I wrote down why. Nope, not watching this. This was way too fucking long. Abdullah Oblongata won.
Do you know why Ring of Honor doesn't mean anything?
Because it's not on TV.
Because of the way he treats it. Ring of Honor. Red Velvet's the Ring of Honor TV champion. And you never see her. She's only on Ring of Honor. They hardly ever put her on TBS or TNT. She shows up to take on Medulla Oblongata in this TBS championship tournament that they're doing. And the Ring of Honor TV champion loses in the middle of the ring, clean as a sheet, to Queen Aminata, who loses 80% of her matches. Brad likes wrestling. Zack Sabre Jr. looks like a male version of Door Girl. He does.
Abdullah Oblongata wins. This thing went way too long. It just went way too fucking long. This was crazy long.
All these matches went too long.
Renee with the Bucks, and then Edge and Christian just roll into the room. And the Bucks, they're fighting the dogs, and the Bucks ask them, do you need help? And Edge, Copeland says, no, I think we got it. And end up getting their ass handed to them at the end. What was the fucking point of this?
They get the makeup girl backstage, some screen time. Remember they pulled her in? Claude Connors did for self-defense as a shield, a human shield.
It was at this point in time I gouged my eyes out because I said ping pong versus Takeshita. This should be fun. And then my DVR ran out of time.
You were telling me that, yeah.
Tony Khan overran his own fucking overrun.
Now you
his
have
own overrun.
You've got YouTube TV and HBO Max.
Yeah.
Now I don't have HBO Max. I've got YouTube TV. And
I'm not going to HBO Max to watch. I'm not.
No. I'm just saying, if you were getting the HBO Max feed, is that possible where they cut it off on HBO Max?
Because they don't have a cutoff time. They just keep going until it's over.
Well, I told you what happened to me when Briscoe came out to dap up Takeshita and say, hey, great job. And he walked to the ring to cut promo on MJF. And when he started talking, the screen went bright green and flashed. And I thought I was going to go into a seizure from the flashy lights. Then it went black. The screen went black. It came back on. 20 seconds of that shit. And it was business as usual. He's still cutting his promo. So I don't know if it was someone backstage said, oh, shit, we got to overrun the overrun. And somebody flipped the switch to stay on the air.
My DVR cut off, man. That was the end of the show, and I wasn't going to go find it because fuck you if you can't program this appropriately. I'm not going out of my way to find the end of this shit. I don't have to do it with any other program I watch. Just this fucking show. And it's all the time.
All it chose to do, the end of that show, was to beat down Briscoe and have MJF sow the seeds for Andrade to be his next challenger because he clocked Andrade accidentally with that.
Oh, no.
That pinky ring. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, Don, got another episode in the books, Don.
No, we don't. We got to talk about the PLE or pay-per-view or PLE this weekend.
That's
wait
right.
till the end of the show.
But
we're going to run through it real quick.
Let's speed run through this because I had Taco Bell for dinner and I'm crowning right now. Okay.
Have you been hanging out with the German guy, the soccer German fan? He's been eating Taco Bell like every day.
My sympathies for his colon.
He's having fun. Not a Champions is Saturday, June 27th at 1 p.m. It is in Saudi Arabia. I hope they all enjoy it. How to watch? It's on ESPN unless you have some other form to watch it with. I'm not going to say how. Jey Uso versus Oba Femi. I got Jey Uso winning in a fuck finish.
Exactly.
Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. I got Io Sky to set up the rematch at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints. I've got Trick Williams winning because Ricky Saints ain't it.
Fuck Ricky Saints. Go ahead.
Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I think Tiffy wins this.
That's the fill-in match for Rhea Ripley's.
It is.
Scratch title defense, yes.
Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker wins. I think they need to put the win on Braun Breaker. I think you are putting too many L's on Braun Breaker.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. He's the guy.
Braun
Breaker's the guy. He's the guy who gave Gunther his first loss in NXT.
Him and Oba Femi are the future of this company. And it's time to put the rocket on their ass and start riding hard.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes versus Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Cody wins.
Are you sure?
This is actually one that I think you could see Gunther winning this.
Yeah.
This is a SummerSlam match out of
Gunther pins Sami Zayn. And Cody says, I never got pinned.
Hey, you've got a reason to bitch.
He's got a reason to
bitch.
I think Gunther's going to walk out as champ. Don't tell me over there they're going to put the belt on Sami Zayn for a month or two. Don't tell me.
I can't say they're not. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're going to go home now.
Sounds good to me.
My bad.
Hey, let's start the show again.